Hi. Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. I am live every single day, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day on the lovely app called Periscope, which is owned by Twitter, so you can watch me on Twitter or Periscope. And right now, special event, when I do book reviews, I also go live on my YouTube channel at the same time. So if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel or following me on Periscope, depending on where you're watching this, please do that. It's Next Juice Everywhere, N-E-X Juice, which means a connected group of people who value positivity. And that is what these people are. That is what everybody you see in the chat, in the comments, that is what this community is all about, is about positivity. And this book is about that too. But first, I want to say thank you so much to every single person who's on this list. These are the people who make this channel possible. I wouldn't be able to be here without them. So huge thank you and props to every single one of you. Mwah! Kiss you and hug you, and please join them if you're not already up there, or if you'd like to move up in any levels and get different rewards. All the information is at the link in the profile and in the description, nextjuice.com/support. Now, before I start reading the comments, because I see them rolling in here on Periscope, I am going to read them, but for people watching this on the replay, if you're just finding my channel, just finding my YouTube channel or my Periscope channel, if you really just want to know what this book is about that I'm reviewing today, and you don't want to sit here and listen to us all have a discussion and chat about it live, I'm a live streamer. That's what I do. I don't really do a whole lot of edited videos, but what I do is I send out a free email every 4 months, so I only email 3 times a year. It's the only email that you'll get from me, and it is a summary and review of all the books that I read over those 4-month periods. My next one's going out in just like a week or two. Maybe the next one's going out in about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to start working on it over the next week, so I encourage you to sign up for that. It's a nice short paragraph of a summary of the book, a link to getting the book if you want it, and it covers all the books I read all year long, so you don't have to sit here through the whole live stream every time I do them, and that's, like I said, totally free at nextjuice.com. I don't care if you use your real name, just put your whatever email you want so that you can actually get them in your email, and I won't send you any sales emails or sell your information or anything like that. I really do believe that some of those emails, or sorry, not some of them, all of them, those emails are one of the most valuable things that I offer here at Next Juice, and the community is also super valuable. So I hope you can stay and chat and discuss this with us, and I hope you'll get this book. If you don't want to listen to me, if you don't want to read my stuff, if you just want to get the book, it's only $5 for the ebook and audiobook on the link in my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're not, go over to the YouTube channel. I'm live right now, and you'll see it. It's called Book Review of The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and you can get it there for just $5. Am I blocking it? The Journey Beyond Yourself. So I'm going to do some quick housekeeping, check in with who's here, read the comments, and then I'm going to get into what the book is about. And I actually did like this book quite a lot. I gave it 4 stars. It's pretty rare that I give something 5 stars because I read a lot of books. I try to read a new book every week. Although this year in 2020, as I've been taking classes and I'm pursuing my degree to become a psychologist, I am only going to be reading maybe like 2 books a month now. So I'm slowing way down, but also if you look over here, this shelf here are the books that I plan to read this year, and some of them are super thick and dense. One of them is an actual textbook. A few of them might qualify as textbooks. So they're going to be a lot more dense. The reviews will probably be a lot longer about them, and there's going to be a lot more information in there than little shorter books that I am more used to reading. So let me say hi to everyone, and then we'll get into the books. Matt, first comment to the broadcast. Hi Josh. Hi Danny. Thanks for inviting. Thanks for retweeting. Thanks for sharing. Hi Michael. Josh. You say Twitter me thumbs? Oh, like, okay. Hi, Banana! Banana is a monthly supporter of this channel, as is Matthew. Do I see any other monthly sponsors in here? Let me know if I'm missing you. I don't always recognize everyone's pictures, but there's a special benefit if you support this channel on a monthly basis, and you can learn more about that at that link too, nextjuice.com/support. Yeah, Josh, I made you a moderator, actually. I think after my last YouTube stream that you were in, I made you a moderator over on YouTube, so if you see any trolly comments, you can help me with moderating over there, because I trust you. So thank you. I should be wearing my I Trust You shirt. Hey, Bobo. Banana! Thank you so much for the super hearts. Banana knows the benefit of being a monthly supporter. I can't say what it is because I have super hearts turned on Periscope and it's against the terms of service, but it is awesome. And I think Banana would agree with me on that. It's okay. You're not late. You're right on time. Hi, Brett. Nice book cover. Yeah, it's nice. It's a horse running on the beach. If you don't know, I love the beach so much. And I used to ride horses a lot. My life used to be kind of like revolved around horses. I remember in my English class in elementary school, middle school, somewhere in there, I used to write. We had free writing every Friday, and I would write a new chapter of this fake book that I was writing about horses. It was like this fake life, and I was always around horses and at this horse farm. I used to have a friend whose mom owned some boarding stables. They had over 60 horses there on the property. We used to help out around the farm, and I just loved that so much. I actually was just taking riding lessons a few years back, but I started to come to a new appreciation of wild animals and the whole concept of domesticating animals, especially just to like ride, to me is questionable. You know, pets even, I've come to question our intentions with making animals our pets. So I'm not really into it as much as I used to be, but I still think horses are amazing, beautiful, majestic animals. Oh my gosh, Banana said, I've started this book. I own it. It's in storage. Yeah, so this book was actually recommended to me by two very enlightened ladies that I know. Rosanna Snee, who's a marriage and family therapist who also live streams on Periscope and has her own YouTube channel. It's called Therapy Express. And there's no E in Express, so it's Therapy, THERAPY, letter X, Press, PRESS. Therapy Express. She recommended this book to me. She thought I would really enjoy it. She's a fellow avid reader. I love her so much. She's a therapist. I'm going to be a therapist, so we have a lot in common, I'd like to think. And another old friend named Marcella, she also recommended this book to me. So I decided, all right, I got to get it. I got to read it. And they were totally right. I did not think I would like this book, and I actually really enjoyed it, to the point where I actually set my entire intention and theme for this channel and for my life for the entire year of 2020 around what this book really inspired me about. And that happened last year too. If you guys remember, in 2019, I read The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone in the first week of 2019, and then the theme for that whole year was massive action and taking massive action. And lordy, did I take massive action in 2019. Let me know if you guys did. Let me know what your themes, resolutions are for 2020, and we can kind of talk about that too if you guys want, because it is only January 11th, 2020 when I'm making this video. I'm going to go troll it on the mountain of YouTube. Go troll it on the mountains over YouTube and Periscope. Go. What the hell are we doing? Hi, Todd. Hi. I'm glad that you think I look pretty because I didn't take a shower today. Don't tell anyone. You think you mentioned it to me too? Oh my gosh, yes. Thick and dense. I know. You know what I was going to say about this book? And I was like, I shouldn't say it, but now, of course, I'm going to say it because Banana is here and she's a bad influence on me. Is that this book is short, but it goes deep. It's short, but it goes deep. I realize that's what she said, although it makes really no sense in that term. But that's what you want from a book. You want it to be concise. You want it to be valuable and worth the time that you put into reading it, but you don't want it to be, too long and too, for me, overwhelming with information that I can't even retain it or comprehend really what I'm reading. Depending, we all get to different levels and different subjects over time. So, do I ever just use Kindle? No, not really. Some of my ebooks or some of my textbooks are ebooks. Dave is here. Dave is a monthly supporter of the channel as well. And Dave, okay, speaking of textbooks, if you guys are students out there or you know any students, like maybe cousins, nieces, nephews, daughters, sons, parents, whoever you know who's in college, please tell them about Zlib. Zlib or Zlib? Let me actually type it on the page because it's that important. It's going to take me a second to just get some words up here. I know I'm typing it over the other words. Just give me a second. Okay? Change my color. Make it black. Move it over here. All right. Oh. Is it .org? Stand by for fact checking. Yes, zlib or zlib.org. I don't miss you, Todd. I miss you. Oh my God. So Todd, I don't miss your comments. Maybe I do sometimes. I try not to miss any comments, but I do miss you. You said you always miss me. I do always miss you. I miss your presence. I desire you to be here. but I don't miss your comment. Like, okay, I didn't want you to think I overlooked you. So then I said I don't always miss you, and I'm like, I meant I don't miss your comment. I love you, Todd. I hope you know. I think you're very clever, very funny, and I hope that you'll come hang out with us tomorrow at Harrah's. Probably on Periscope, probably not in person, but if you want to show up in person, that'd be even more fun. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be at Harrah's in Atlantic City, and we're going to have a great time because I'm celebrating my 10 days off from school. I am talking about 5 things at once and probably not finishing any of my thoughts, so I apologize if I was talking about something and you guys want to know more about it. Let me know. But I want to talk about ZLive. So it is a website where you can get pretty much any textbook. It has almost 5 million textbooks available. I don't know if it's just textbooks either. It might just be books in general available online, PDF, download versions. And that has already, I just found out about it a few days ago, thanks to the wonderful Mr. Dave. He's actually, you'll see him popping up here on the list as it continues scrolling. And he found my, my history textbook that I needed for one of my finals in my last semester, which just ended yesterday. It was just yesterday, wasn't it? Oh my God. I said it was a few days ago. It has been a little bit more than 24 hours. It has been a long 48 hours. How about you guys? If you had like a long couple of days, it was finals week, so I don't know what day it is. Pretty sure it's Saturday, pretty sure it's the 11th, but I'm not committed to that. Todd, is that you sending super hearts? Thank you, you beautiful man, you. So yeah, free textbooks. Awesome. I've been able to find almost all of them. My Earth Science textbook for my upcoming spring semester, they had 1 edition old, so they don't have the 15th edition, they have the 14th edition, which I'm thinking is probably fine. I don't know if there's been like revolutionary new concepts that have emerged in the industry and the field of Earth Science over the past like 4 or 5 years since it came out from the last edition, but we'll see. We'll see. Dave is looking for it for me as well. I sent you the ISBN on Skype if you want to look for it, but I also emailed the professor to ask her, I think it was a female, to ask her if it would be okay to use the older edition. And I also bought my Earth Science lab kit, which was like $42. So I have a GoFundMe. If you guys are like, this channel sucks, I don't want to support this channel, fine. You don't have to. But you can support my schooling if you want. Support a student who could use some help paying her way through school at the link that's pinned to the top of my Twitter profile, gofundme.com/nextjuice1. It's much appreciated if you do that. I feel like there's hairs all over me. Okay. So ZLive, we can hide you now. If anybody wants me to put that back up, just let me know. Hi. Where's my hey at? Hi, Midnight. Hello. Oh my God, when do I get some trust? I trust you. I trust all of you. Well, that might not be true. Did not know this connection of you with the horses. Oh, see, you learned something about me, Vipul. Who knew there was anything about me that you didn't already know? If you don't know, I've been live every single day for over 3 years in a row. Oh my God, Josh said he was gonna thumbs down this video, but he missed and thumbs upped it, so I'm happy with that. Can I be a moderator to weed out trolls? Your username is Dr. Dildo. You may not be a moderator. Would Ed like this book? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is really an Ed style book, but I didn't think I would like it either. So are we ever going to talk about the book? One never knows on this channel if we're going to talk about what we're supposed to talk about, which is why we need 3 hours every single day to get through anything. Saw a guy at work tonight that looked like Ed. Oh my God, was he like the sexiest man you've ever seen? LOL, fake stream. It's not a fake stream. I'm just way behind on comments. This weather is so great. Did he write The Journey of Souls too? I don't know. Want me to look it up? Oh, thank you for those super hearts. Who's that? Is that Brody? Oh, QWERTY. Hello, QWERTY. Nice to meet you. I'm Taylor. I'm glad. I hope that you'll follow me. I'm here every single day. Tomorrow we'll be at Harrah's. We'll be having a good time in the big indoor pool with the big dome and all the tropical plants, and like one of my favorite places to celebrate and relax. So what was the name of this book? Is The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself by Michael Singer. The title and author are in the title of this broadcast. And if you go to my YouTube channel, where we're live right now, and you can find links at the link in the profile if you don't want to type in Next Juice in YouTube, you can find the link to actually buy this book. It's just $5 to get the ebook or audiobook version on my eBay link. So plus I think I get a few cents if you buy it through my link on YouTube, so thanks. The Journey of Souls. Let me look that up for you. The Journey of Souls. No, that's Michael Newton. Michael Newton, different guy. Good question, though. I think Dr. Dildo has a particular inside knowledge about trolls. He may make an excellent moderator. Perhaps. Perhaps. But Stan, I also want to say thank you for thinking this stream was fake, because you obviously must think that it's so impressive and so awesome that it couldn't possibly be real, and that your eyes must be deceiving you. Who else likes horses on the beach? Putin. You know what Putin did? I learned about this in my sociology class last semester. Putin ordered for the rewrite of all the history textbooks being utilized in Russia to rewrite Russian history in a more glorious fashion. The textbook I was reading, don't come for me, Putin, okay? I'm just regurgitating what I heard. You can feel free to come on the show, split screen, we'll discuss it, okay? If anyone knows Putin, feel free to invite him on. He can clear up this rumor, if it is indeed a rumor. So my textbook said that he was ashamed of the actions and the weakness that led up to the fall of the Soviet Union. So he decided to have one of his friends, who was one of his previous judo buddies, to write the new history textbooks, the new history of Russia that they would teach in schools, and banned all other publishers from producing any history books that didn't go along with what they want the story to be. Massive action means big task action or a lot of action. Correct. I'm telling everyone, who's Banana? How can I get some banana? So Banana actually won the banana challenge, and she hates bananas. Is that replay still up? Banana, if you wouldn't mind unhiding that, if you've hidden it, it is the best content, best live stream ever done, ever. Go watch it. Her username's Love Squirts. You'll see her on this list too. She's the #1 Super Heart contributor right now, and if you have to leave this broadcast and come back, I probably won't be talking about the book yet anyway, so it'll be fine. Thank you, PTS. But don't forget to follow me first in case you lose your way, in case you get lost on your way back. Let me put up a little button for you. There you go. See, this is why all my thumbnails always have my arm in it. I need to go over here to scroll through comments. I like thick and edgy books. Dudes really giving you money like that. Dudes and chicks. Don't be sexist, David. Love Squirts. Yeah, she blocked me, I think. She's bananas for sure. What? Don't make me block you, Todd. That would be the title of my book. It's short but goes deep. Dude, you gotta give a brother some notice. Hi, Simon. You get some super hearts for loading the compliments. Yay! Harrah's can get a little crazy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's Monday. What? We missed Harrah's. The earth hasn't changed in billions of years. I think you'll be fine. That's my inclination as well, Dave. That's kind of what I've been thinking. Hurry up and graduate. I need serious therapy. It's going to be years before I can give you therapy. I'm sorry. But you can find a therapist that's already has their license. That's how the professors make more money, by writing new editions. Yeah, the professors get some kind of kickback, right, for recommending the new editions. But I think they also get the textbook for free, too. So that way they're teaching with the most up-to-date information. Horsey Gal, is that your other username? Girl likes to ride. Josh, damn it, best name ever. That's freedom for you, Russian style. Poutine is a Canadian dish as well. Yes, gravy on fries, I believe. Western Bling, that was QWERTY's name. Thank you for the super hearts. When are you going to review my favorite book? What's your favorite book? Sexiest man? No, I wasn't looking in the mirror. Mark! I'm Western Bling. I follow you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, but who's Hera? Good question. I'm not sure. Hi, J-Rod. It's the name of the... Oh, look, we're catching up. You trust no dildos? Why? Do you have a bad experience with one? My day went well, Kyle. Not as good as yesterday. Yesterday was the day of the decade so far. But today was a good day, too. Putin on the Ritz. Thank you for the super hearts, man. How are you, Kyle? How was your day? Excuse me, calling Putin instantly. Hiccup. I'm not sure if that was a hiccup. Hey, Daryl. I'm good. How are you doing? How's Kentucky today? This is bananas. Hi, Pisces. Ooh, she's blushing. Sounds like a regime I want to live under. Seriously, Taylor, I told you I love Russian women. I've heard Russian women are very beautiful. Where's Jairus Cook? I need to troll him. I'm not sure. Where are you, Jairus? Wherefore out thou? Do you want me to text him? I think I have his number. Hi, Mike. Mike! Oh my gosh. Did you change your username? Or is that a different mic? I feel like it's you. Bot DeLorean, what is actually up with you? Doing pretty well, thanks. Is good. Why am I turning sideways still? Okay, let's talk about the book. For everyone who went to watch Bananas replay and didn't come back yet, I'm sorry, I lied. Apparently I'm now actually going to talk about this book. So it's called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and I was recommended it, like I said, from a couple good friends that I trust dearly, some other people who, hi Tim, who love to read, and Spider Mike. Oh yeah, the spider box, yes! Okay, don't get too excited. And I thought, oh, okay, I started reading it. First of all, the name, I'm not usually into books that are about this topic. A little bit, is esoteric the right word? I feel like it's not the right word. A little bit spiritual, let's say it that way. I usually read books about business. I read books about finance. I read books about psychology. I read books about personal and self-development. Things that are like, do this and you'll have, you'll increase your wealth, or you'll increase your health, or you'll increase your quality of your relationships. And remember, quality of relationships is actually the most important thing of everything, which is why we really focus on community and why I try to read every comment and really engage you guys. Tim, thank you for the super hearts. Thank you so much. Where in the world are you now? I forget if you told me. Are you back in South Carolina now? It actually, I've been learning about this lately too, is that it's one of the top predictors of life expectancy and also memory function. As you age, you have less declines in your memory function if you have a partner who you really truly believe that you can rely on and count on. Now, I don't know if that's just intimate, like spousal partners, actually somebody that you're intimate with and live with, or if it can be like a close friend or family members, but definitely if you have a partner, whether you're married or not, somebody who you really think you can count on, someone who's always there for you and got your back. And they said even if you bicker a lot, as people get older couples, a lot of times they bicker like all day long every day, that actually doesn't hurt your life expectancy, because you still, as long as you still feel like you can actually count on that person in your dark times, in your rough patches, when you really need them. So it actually extends your life by having good quality relationships. So that's the number one thing. So I read about a lot of this different stuff, but I don't necessarily read a whole lot about the soul. It's right in the title, The Untethered Soul. It seems kind of fluffy. I was thinking, okay, this book is just going to be like a feel-good piece. There's not going to be a whole lot that I can learn here or take away from this or have any practical application to my life. Well, I was wrong about that. Like I said, take a breath. Like I said, I have actually taken concepts from this book, and I'm now going to be implementing them throughout this entire year on this channel and in my personal life as well. And I'll read your comments in a moment. But our theme for this year in 2020 on Next Juice is calm energy. Calm energy. So this was talked about a lot in this book. This book's broken up into, is it 5 parts? 5 parts. Part 1 is called Awakening Consciousness. So I start reading this book and I'm thinking, okay, this is like a typical meditation book. For those of you who don't know, I'm a yoga teacher. I've been a yoga teacher for about 4.5 years, and I've learned a lot about consciousness and awareness and meditation, and I take a lot of this information for granted. And I also think a lot of times people recommend me books because it's profound and life-changing for them, but I've already not been there, done that, but I'm already aware of a lot of the concepts, so I feel like it's a little bit harder to impress me with a book. However, as I read on, I did end up being really impressed by this book. Thank you for all those super arts, Tim. You're so sweet and generous. I really prefer my books in movie form. I don't know if there's a movie for this, but you can make one if you like. The second part, though, is what I just mentioned, experiencing energy. Now, again, I like science. I like black and white, really concrete ideas and thoughts. I'm not so much into abstract. So in yoga, as a yoga teacher, I learned about all the different chakras and the nadis and the energy body and a lot of things that I think serve a purpose in terms of helping our brain and our language to explain and describe and label things that are difficult to put into words or fully express. So even though I don't necessarily believe that there is a circular chakra here that is connected to my sense of identity and my sense of self and my self-esteem and confidence, I think that a sense of identity, self-esteem, confidence, I think these things are important to learn about, focus on, and develop and check in with. So for me, I just had a really profound meditation not too long ago where I was thinking about the chakras. So it's not necessarily that I feel that these things are physically located. They're actually spiraling circles of energy centers throughout my body in these certain locations. But it is something where I can check in. It's almost like it's just a way for me to remember a list of things that make up me and who I am, and different components of my life, so I can check in with each of those. There's 7 chakras, so each of those 7 categories, and say, okay, how am I feeling about these things? When I think about this category of things, how do I feel, and how is my energy? So this book is probably the first book I've ever read that actually got me comfortable with the concept of energy and feeling energy shifts in my body. Because it wasn't attached to any one religion or spirituality. I think they refer to God a few times in here, but it's not like the Christian God or the Islamic God, or that's just like a word that they use for, what's higher than us, something outside of us, something important, which you may or may not believe in, but it didn't offend me as much as certain books. Another book I'll be reviewing soon was very Christian and made it a little bit harder to digest the information because it was so distracting to me how, they kept going back to this Christian undertone throughout the book. So this didn't have that, which I really appreciated. And it's true. You have to accept and you have to be able to realize. You don't have to accept it, but you probably can feel it. When you have anxiety, when you have stress, you can feel it physically in your body, especially if you practice meditation and body awareness and actually notice your body. Some of you guys, I know you've been living your whole lives not really paying attention to your body, not really noticing what does my body feel like, what is my posture, how is my breathing. Am I holding any tension in any of my muscles? Am I relaxed? Are my shoulders down and back? And that's fine. I did the same thing until I discovered meditation maybe 5 years ago. And that's normal. That's if you live in the Western society where we don't really talk a lot about this stuff, you just never learned it and you didn't know and you didn't think about it. So maybe you don't feel it. But once you start becoming more aware of your body, if you prioritize that and incorporate that in your life, it's simple. You can just do a scan. So just close your eyes, feel how does not with your hands, but I talk a lot with my hands, the Italian in me. How does my face feel? For me, I used to hold, and I still do sometimes, hold a lot of tension in my forehead. So you can actually see I have pretty deep, my muscles in my forehead are pretty strong. I used to make this face a lot where I would furrow my eyebrows or raise my eyebrows. So I used to, the muscles of my forehead were actually quite tight most of the time, and I'd be driving, and one technique you can use is every time you get to a red light, you take a quick body scan. How's my body? How's my posture? Am I relaxed? And I would notice that my face was always tight and scrunched. And I would, oh my gosh, and I could feel that, whoa, relaxing. You feel the movement of your muscles actually relaxing. And it was very, probably life-changing for me, really, just little by little. It might be for you, it might be your shoulders. You might be somebody who holds a lot of tension in your neck and shoulders, and you need to just relax those down. It could be all different areas, your stomach, your hips, who knows, wherever you hold it, maybe clenched fists. So you just want to scan the body, relax each part, and just start to feel it. Notice what it feels like. A lot of times you don't feel it at all. Like right now, I don't really feel my forearm. I don't really feel anything going on there. There's no tingling sensations or anything. So in a way, it feels numb. It feels like nothing. And that's okay too. At least I've noticed. I've said, okay, I don't really feel my forearm right now. But I kind of feel my elbow because it's moving. So there's like some contraction. I can kind of feel that a little bit better. Just body awareness. And then you'll notice when you're sad or you're mad or you're stressed out or anxious, you'll feel it in different parts of your body. And that's an energy shift. That's taking some type of energy. So we can all agree that energy is real, right? So outside of the chakras and all of this and religion and spirituality, our cells at a cellular level, we have mitochondria, which are like the powerhouses and the energy storehouses of our and creators of our cells. And they create a form of energy called adenosine triphosphate, which is ATP, and it's the energy of our body. It's the energy of our cells and many other organisms. So energy is real. So when we do something, like say exercise, it takes energy to move the muscles. This takes energy out of my body. It takes energy to repair those muscles. It takes energy to digest our food. It takes energy to speak, to think. All these things take energy, and it takes energy to feel. It really does. And they, psychologists and biologists, neuropsychologists have tried to kind of figure this out. What is that? What is associated with feeling? What is the biological drive of a feeling? And which comes first? Because when it's interesting how it seems like people feel something, and it's hard to really prove that something chemically changed first. So did we release chemicals because we felt a certain way? So let's say an obvious one, adrenaline. We release adrenaline in situations where we are afraid. Now, what comes first? Do we feel afraid because we have released adrenaline in response to a stimulus in our environment without even consciously noticing what that stimulus was? Or did we think about the stimulus, process that we should be afraid of it, and therefore our body released adrenaline? So what controls what? Hard to say, but energy takes part in all of these processes, and energy is a very big part of everything that we do. So coming to be okay with this idea of energy and not just kind of writing it off, for me, was a big change that happened for me in this book. Now, I haven't been reading comments for a few minutes, so I know I'm on a roll, and I know some of you guys are probably like loving this, eating it up, and I wish I could just keep going, but I do like to read the comments. I do like to keep our relationships nice and quality and hear your questions or comments. And so I'm going to take a few minutes now, and I'm going to go back through the comments and read them. So bear with me. If you're impatient, like I said, just sign up for my book reviews and you'll get an email version. You won't have to sit here through the whole live stream. Untethered soul. Isn't that what happens when we die? Not to be morbid, but I feel like I want to keep that thing tethered for safekeeping. Christian undertones. Now I'm curious, because why not? Wow, my shoulders just dropped 4 inches. That was trippy. Yeah. Magnesium ATP? All our oxygen-driven cells use that. Not all our cells, though. Blood doesn't use ATP. Like red blood cells? Okay. Valid. Or I don't know if I'm going to say valid because I don't really know. I'll just say fair enough. Hi, Ed. Hi, Saul. Hi, Duo. Okay. Oh, I didn't miss too many comments. This won't take very long. Spider Mike. Thanks for inviting. Banana, you invited one person. What the heck? Thank you for retweeting and inviting Simon. Ooh, I love business books. Oops. Yeah, it's not a business book, but I did read some business books that I'll be reviewing over this next week, so stay tuned. Thank you for the super hearts, Ed. I love you. You and Banana are both juice colored. Yes, my juicy lovers. My juicy love squirters. What? Flying on planes next. Flying on planes? Okay, where are you going to be flying off to? That's true. Married people live longer, get less disease, and make more money. I hate dark patches. Don't we all? Yeah. Or are you making a weird joke about, like, something else? Oh crap, I'm doomed. Why do celibate monks live routinely over 100 years? My guess is that they have strong quality relationships with their community. That would be my guess. But it could also be dietary or some type of lifestyle, low stress situations and environments. Stress is a killer. Stress really damages our bodies, which is why loneliness is one of the I'm not saying this is why. I shouldn't have said that part. Let me start a new sentence. Loneliness is a very big stressor for people. Like, you've probably heard about solitary confinement being one of the worst punishments and forms of basically torture that we can give to a person. So, or put a person through. So people who feel lonely, and you guys know, you've probably been there, I know I have, you can have boyfriend or girlfriend, friends, family around, and still feel lonely. So it's about the quality of the relationships. It's not about the quantity. It's not about having tons of friends. It's about really feeling deeply connected and secure in a relationship, and really feeling like if something goes wrong for me, this person has my back. This person will pick up the slack. This person will take care of me, and me for them as well, hopefully. Hopefully it's reciprocal. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but I encourage you to reciprocate that, because you're going to have a more secure relationship if they know they can count on you as well. Then they won't look elsewhere for someone else to give that ability to depend on them too. Crap, I'm doomed. You're not doomed. You're not doomed. You're young and you're hot and you're going to be just fine. New profile pic. Mark, nice sunglasses. Bananas, hyper awareness, yoga. The comments just disappeared. Periscope, get it together. White blood cells have an iron metabolism like viruses, no ATP. What does that mean, iron metabolism? Okay, I still don't have comments, so I'm gonna have to try to scroll back through when they come back. So that's about energy, just becoming aware of your energy shifting. And let me read about these next few parts and I'll tell you more about what the book talks about. Part 3 is called freeing yourself. So this you can tie into yoga a lot, and they do talk about this in the book. So in yoga, an energy blockage, which could be in your chakra channel, if you choose to use that term to describe an energy blockage, would mean that there's something that you're not letting go of. So in yoga, they believe that the chakras are aligned through the center of the body, and there's a central channel of energy, and that energy ideally would flow freely up and down through your body, through all of the chakras. Everything would be balanced and free-flowing. If you have a samskara, which is a blockage of energy, something's preventing that energy from flowing freely. Tongue twister. And you need to let it go if you want your energy to be free-flowing. So what are you not letting go of? What is it that triggers you still, and it may have happened a long, long time ago? Maybe it's something new that you need to let go of, but the really life-interrupting and affecting samskaras or blockages of energy are the things usually that happened a long time ago. Like maybe adolescent relationships that you had, or things that happened between you and your parents when you were a child, or things that happened to you when you were a child or an adolescent, or maybe even as a young adult, or maybe even not too long ago. What is it that you're not letting go of right now? Grab my back real quick. Sitting too much today. So an example he gives in the book is you're driving down the street, you're having a fine day, everything's good, energy's flowing freely, everything is good. You're feeling calm energy, good body awareness, great. You drive down the street, you see a car that looks like, let me say for a heterosexual female, okay? So you have a boyfriend, right? You're driving down the street and you see a car that looks like your boyfriend's car, and maybe even a guy that looks like your boyfriend in the driver's seat. It might be your boyfriend's car. And you see what looks to be a woman in the passenger seat, and he's supposed to be at work right now. How do you react to this? You might ruminate on this for the rest of the day. You might be, what the hell is going on? Who was that? Why isn't he at work? Why is he lying to me? There might be a whole bunch of things that come up, and that might not have even been him. And is that tied to something that happened before? Did you previously see one of your old partners cheating on you with someone, or having an affair, or some situation that you're still holding on to? Is there just something that happened to you that gives you some type of issue around trust, or it just appeared this way and that thought got planted into your head and now you can't let it go? You can't let the energy flow through you. Why is that? Now, what I also liked about this book, now I'm a big analyst. I want to analyze, I want to know why. And this book, they say, why isn't as important as it is being able to let it go. Being able to let the energy go, let your mind free, and be able to move forward and move on and not ruminate. Ruminate means thinking the same thoughts over and over, or thinking about the same thing over and over repetitively. And women, from my psychology classes, women are more likely to do that. They are more likely to ruminate. So ladies, really important message for you to free yourself and free your energy and try to just let it go and move on. Because a lot of times when we're holding on to something, and you probably already know this, but we do it anyway, right? It hurts us more than it hurts anyone else. So say you did get cheated on, and you're holding on to that hatred or that betrayal or that resistance to trust anyone or love anyone else, or to think that you could be loved or you're worthy or whatever it may be, and realize that, like, it's not hurting the person who hurt you. They might even be totally fine, and they might be hurting for other reasons. But what you're doing is, like, what your feelings, I mean, that's hurting you. Like I said, stress is a really big killer, and it's not worth it. Life is pretty short, and being able to experience life with its highs and its lows, because life has a lot of suffering. Buddhists believe that life is suffering. You know, there's a lot of suffering in life, and pain and aches and predators and bugs and things, you know, so many ways to hurt ourselves, and so many ways to enjoy life, and so many things to experience, and ways to give and receive love. And there's just so many facets of life, and being able to experience life is a gift. I'm pretty sure I'm taking that right out of the book, almost verbatim. And it's okay. Everything is temporary. And if we can let go of clinging and let go of holding on to things, trying to protect ourselves by thinking so often about these things that hurt us in the past so that we don't make the same mistakes again, it's smart to not want to get hurt again, and try to make better choices and be aware of things that might be a trap for you, or a pattern, but also let it go. You know, try to move forward, try to calm down, because if you can let that go, you might find that there's someone out there who's not gonna hurt you or trying to hurt you, or there's something else that you want to explore or experience that you won't be able to if you don't let it go. Let it go. You're in solitary confinement at work? Oh no. Stop hitting on my woman, you already have to. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys have so many comments. Okay. Wait, let me try to scroll back up here. Infinite intelligence. Oh my gosh, so many comments. Okay. Is yoga a way of life for you, or is yoga just a form of stretching? Yoga literally means union. So it's supposed to be the union of your entire life. It is a lifestyle. So it's breath, body, and then maybe you'll call it soul. Like in this book, it's called the Untethered Soul, or mind, feelings, you know, the stuff that we can't really categorize as breath or body. So it's everything. It's our entire life. The asana practice, what you're talking about, is called asana. I don't usually call it asana because, one, I feel like it's a little bit pretentious, because I'm like expecting people to know a Sanskrit word that they probably aren't really exposed to often. If I say doing yoga, most people know what I'm talking about, and what I mean is asana practice. If I'm saying, you know, do yoga. It's not the politically correct term, but I'm also expecting most of you guys haven't studied yoga before, and if I said, you know, if you're practicing asana and pranayama, and, you know, you can be like, I don't know what you're saying to me right now. So I usually just say, like, doing doing yoga. Do or do not. There is no try. Doing yoga, or, and meditating. Although meditation is a part of yoga as well, but, you know, it's all semantics. Not exactly sure. That's what's a good quality about you analysis. Thank you, Josh. Something else I read, cortisol makes memories permanent in a bad way. Actually, high levels of exposure to cortisol in your brain over an extended period of time will actually damage the hippocampus, which is in charge of memory. And it'll actually, you could potentially block out memories or have a harder time remembering things, and it may damage your memory long term as well. Very basic understanding of it. Survival mechanism. When a stressful thing happens, your mind cements that memory in place to help avoid danger in the future. Right. Yeah. So, but you can control your adrenaline response and your stress response. We talked about this in the book I read, Unqualified Success. That was the last book review I did. You can feel free to check it out. All my book reviews are on my YouTube channel in one playlist. So you can go right through the book reviews however quickly or slowly you want. And she talks about a story in there about a guy who does free climbing. So he climbs rock face walls with no equipment, no gear, just him in the mountain. And this guy has almost no adrenaline response. And, you know, this, I think a neuroscientist saw a video of this guy and said, that guy, there's something wrong with his, amygdala. There's something wrong with his amygdala, which triggers your fight or flight response. And it turns out that there's nothing wrong with that guy's amygdala. It's completely healthy. But through routine practice of putting himself in very dangerous, scary situations, he learned to control that response because it didn't serve him. If he's up on a rock wall and he decides he wants to run away now, that would kill him. If he decides to freeze and just stay there, that would kill him. What's he going to fight? Is he going to fight the mountain? No. So they call it fight, flight, or freeze response now. None of those three things are going to serve him. He has to stay calm, and he has to figure out what he's going to do next if he ends up in a sticky situation up there, which he does. And he actually has almost no amygdala response when he's exposed to frightening images. That's how they tested it with brain scanning. They exposed, and other people would like have a little spike if you see something scary, something that you're supposed to be afraid of. Well, this guy has like no response to that. So he's a living proof that you actually can learn to control it. And he consciously thinks about staying calm and realizes that being afraid doesn't serve him. And I think that's true for most of us with most of the things we're afraid of, like giving a speech or seeing an ex. You know what I mean? These things aren't life-threatening. Like there's really no benefit to us to have a fearful response of this. Now, if we were physically attacked, like if somebody attacked us with a knife or, punched us or raped us or, I think, yeah, of course there's some benefit to avoiding that situation, again, especially that individual or something that may have put you in that situation, maybe getting really drunk at a party with a bunch of strangers or something like that. That we can always learn from things, but also we can't change anything that happened in the past. We can change the way that we choose to go forward, but letting things go as soon as we can helps us. It's not about helping the other person. It's not about, what they did was okay at all. It has nothing to do with that. It's about you being okay. It's about you being able to have been a victim of something and being able to move forward and still live a good life and not let that person or that experience control the way that you live the rest of your life. Because in a way, you're the only one that has control over yourself and what you do and how you choose to respond to things. So I would recommend, if you're having a really hard time, going to therapy, trying yoga, trying meditation, and getting therapy. These are 3 wonderful things to help us let things go and let go of energy and stay calm. Naughties, I'm doing yoga soon. Evening. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind in comments. Infinite intelligence. What do you mean by that? Hector? Hi, Hector. Why do I put this up here? I wonder if I put this down here, would it be like... Then I wouldn't be putting my arm up. I'm still looking down, but I am reading comments. I still have to touch it, though. I feel like that's a little bit better than my arm being like this all the time. Depends what kind of shoes you're wearing. Oh my gosh. I love this take on it. Like I said, haven't finished. Yeah, now you don't have to because I read it for you. Married people also have more sex, weirdly. Better sex too. Yeah, well, because you understand how the other person's body works. And you don't have to search for someone to have sex with. When you're single, you have to find somebody to have sex with, right? So if you're married, you just have to go into the other room and be like, hello, would you like to have sex? Giggity, giggity. Okay, I should maybe don't do it like that. Monks might practice caloric restriction. Perhaps. You think that's the key to a long life? Adrenaline junkie is a good thing. Am I missing some good trolling over there on Scope? Perhaps. I'm pretty far behind on comments, so I think I'm missing a whole lot. But not adrenaline junkie, because he stays calm. He doesn't have a release of adrenaline, so. I totally hang out with the solitary confined. What? You become lonely or progressive genius. It can be a trade-off. So, and part of that study that they did in Harvard, where I'm talking about with this whole quality of relationships being the best way, this isn't in the book, but in terms of that being a really key indicator of longevity and health and good functioning memory in your old age, and that being quality relationships, is that you are more isolated than you want to be, is the negative side. So it's okay to want to be alone sometimes, and it's okay to live a somewhat isolated life if you want to, if you feel good about that and you really want that, and you're not tricking yourself into saying you want that to try to make yourself feel better about your unwanted isolation. There's 2 different things, right? But it's okay to want to go bury yourself in work for a while if that's what you want to do, as long as you make sure you're still you're doing what you need to do to maintain at least one quality relationship in your life. If you care about living a healthy, long life, which not everybody does. Just last night, Danny Bruno was in here saying, live fast, die young. If that's what you want, then do that. Don't worry about quality relationships because you're going to die anyway. And if you have quality relationships, those people are going to be sad. So just be a DB, and then when you die, maybe it won't be as painful for everybody. That's terrible advice. Don't listen to me. I'm slow at this, need to sharpen up my scope skills. I just relieved the blockage of energy. He's talking about pooping. Hi, John. How are you? Bruno. This blockage happened from a few hours ago, aka dinner. I've let it go. I let it go a few hours ago myself. Let it go. Let it go. Stalker? What? Who's a stalker? I'm not reading all the comments, so I think I'm missing some of this. Tressa, hi! Oh, who else is that? Who else sent these super hearts? Colin! Oh my gosh, Colin. It's, Greshlin. Hi. Thank you for the super hearts. I'm really far behind on comments, so hold on. Hold on to your pants. Drop in chili. Drop in chili. Wait, are you talking about pooping as well? I'm an energy holder. Let it go. Squirt it out. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. That's a book. That is a book that I have on my list. I might actually have that book over on my shelf to read this year. If you guys missed it, one of my friends gave me 27 books for Christmas. 27. So I'm good on books for a long while. Thank you for those super hearts. Hey, it's my friend, Chango. Hi, thank you for the super hearts. Sorry I'm yelling at you guys. I probably should turn my microphone down. All in favor of me turning my microphone down? Just let me know. Just don't be a stalker. Look in the mirror, babe. A stalker? Who am I stalking? Is he talking to me? I feel like he's talking to someone else. He doesn't know how to reply to people. This happens. If you're new on Periscope, if you click the comment of the person that you're trying to respond to, there's a button that says reply. And if you click reply, they'll know you're talking to them, and I'll know you're not talking to me because I'm like, what? Bonjour. Yeah, true. Pimples are temporary. Yeah, hopefully. Life is weird. Or exercise deep breathing. Yep, deep breathing would be a form of pranayama, which is breath practice. Doing yoga, interesting sound. Doing yoga, interesting sounds. Dijon, you are the best. Literally the best. Have I met Baby Yoda? I've seen Baby Yoda. I've met Baby Yoda in person. Is there a yoga that's based on rage and chaos, like the opposite of peace and tranquility? No, I don't. Not that I know of. I know there's broga, which is really intense workout yoga for bros. But I don't think it's about chaos or rage, no. How are you, Throne of God? How long was my longest pimple? I've never timed a pimple because I just let it go. Cortisol and PTSD are actually now related to gene mutations. I'm not surprised by that, actually. Elevated, rather, yeah. If I tried free climbing, it would turn into free falling. Is that Amygdala's story? Why you do dares? No, I was doing dares before I read that book. It has helped me out of my comfort zones, but I read a lot of books about business and self-development, and you get a lot of advice and wisdom from these books and from people who've done it and done amazing things, and it's you really overcoming your fear and just getting out of your comfort zone is huge because it's almost never as bad out there outside of your comfort zone as you think it's going to be. Almost never. I mean, you never say never, but almost never is it as bad as you think it's going to be. I touched a ghost pepper to my tongue the other day and it was hot, but I did not die. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And so I licked it 3 times. And then I was like, okay, no more. My tongue is going to fall off. But it was okay. And now I know. Now I want to do the Carolina Reaper because everyone's it's so bad, and I'm like, okay, well now I gotta try something hotter and see what that's like because I've set this new I refused. I was like, I'm not doing the Carolina Reaper, I'm gonna get hurt, I'm not doing that, I'm just gonna do the ghost pepper, that's gonna suck, it's gonna be horrible. The whole time this was a bad idea, why did I even agree to do this, what the hell's wrong with me? And then I was like, that's not that bad. I mean, it's hot. It's super hot. Don't get me wrong. Don't just bite into one. That's why I refused to bite it. I just licked it. I'm not really good with spicy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. I didn't cry. I didn't have a burn on my tongue. My tongue was fine by the end of the night. it was really okay. But it was fun to experiment with that. The other day I went to the gym. I walked on the treadmill for an hour with rain boots on and hair curlers in my hair, and no one gave a damn. No one gave a damn. People on Periscope were like, what the hell is this? But people in the gym were like, I do not care. All I care about is whatever I'm here doing at the gym, because the reality is people care so much more about themselves than they care about what you're doing or why you're doing it. They're just like, whatever, that person's obviously crazy. I'm going to stay over here. They're over there. I'm over here. We're good. Everything's good. And that's like a really big lesson to learn, is that you think people are going to care, they're not. Like, they just don't care. I watched, what's that stupid show? I like the show though. Schitt's Creek. Do you guys ever watch that? It's on Netflix. And one of the brother in that show, David, he was like, he had to take his driving test. He didn't have his driver's license. He was really anxious about it. He's like freaking out. And his sister was like, David, like, nobody cares, And he was like, yes, they do care. She was like, no, really, like, nobody cares. And then while he was doing his driver's test, like, the person, administering the test was like texting, and they're like, oh yeah, take a left here, not even paying attention, right? And he just like looks at him, he's like, you don't care, do you? And the guy was like, no, not at all, I really don't care. And it's like this whole concept of people really don't care as much as you think they're going to, that nobody cares about what you're doing as much as you do. I don't know, Taylor, I think this is a small example of perseverance. Cortisol is tightly controlled by bio. Okay. Paranoid elements of metals in the body. Drugs help. I needed to hear that. Yay, Britt! I'm so happy. Hi, Colin. All right, I'm catching up. Speaking of 80s, time for 80s music. All right, play the 80s music on your side so I don't get shut down for copyright violation. Habits are like muscles. The more you do something, easier and stronger the habit gets. Absolutely, exactly. Also inverse. The more you avoid a bad habit, the more it atrophies like an unused muscle. Be aware of the wolf being fed. Yeah, I talked about that the other day at the gym. Which wolf will you feed? The happy, positive, loving one that's like letting it go, or the one that's like gonna hurt you and destroy you and have you feel resentment or guilt? Guilt is a big one for me. So it can be different for all of us. Some people feel like victims, right? They feel like helpless and like, everything bad happens to me. And for me personally, I don't really feel that so much because I was raised by a single mom who's like she's just very powerful, and she's like, oh no, we are not victims. Like we do what we need to do. Like we got this. But I do carry some guilt for some certain things that I've done in my life. And I didn't even really realize that until the other day when I was meditating. I was like, oh, I'm really like harboring guilt about this thing. And that was a samskara for me. That's something I'm now focused on letting go. Working on not being guilty about things that I do. Realizing that I'm imperfect and I'm imperfect, in case you guys didn't hear me emphasize that. I'm imperfect, not perfect, and I make mistakes and I do wrong things and I hurt people sometimes. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing and hurt people's feelings, and it sucks, and I don't like to do it, and I never set out intending to do that, but I can't change it after it's happened. I can apologize and I can do better in the future, and that to me has really helped me to let it go and realize there's nothing I can do about that anymore. I can just do better from now on and try to just let it go and keep my energy calm. Giggity giggity. Hi, Joe De La Cruz, what is up? Please do the giggity giggity thing next time you're in the mood. I was thinking that'd be a funny dare if I forget what I was gonna say. I forget what the actual term was, but just go over to someone, say something really inappropriate, and they'd be like, giggity 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 giggity, as you run away. The things that happen in my head are hilarious sometimes, to me. I'm laughing so hard my face is red. Another possible term for God could be infinite intelligence. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Is that JB? JB, thank you for the super hearts. I was going to say I'll be in Florida tomorrow, but I won't be in Florida, but I'll be in the next best option for me, which is Harrah's in Atlantic City, where they have this indoor pool that's in this big, big dome, and it has all these tropical plants inside and bars, and it feels like the closest, while you're in New Jersey, it's like in the winter, it's the closest you can get to being in like a tropical environment. So I'm excited, and when I see you, I think of Florida, so come hang out with us tomorrow in fake Florida. What a relief it is to hear someone say it's okay to live a somewhat isolated life as long as, yeah. My ex is a perfect example of this. He wants to live a pretty isolated life with someone he loves. So it was me at that time. And unfortunately, I didn't want to live that same kind of life. So it was kind of an impasse for us. And we were together for 7 years. It was a great relationship, but there was no future for it. There was no compatibility in a very important, integral part of what we wanted in terms of our living situation, in terms of how much we wanted to be socializing and be traveling, and I didn't want to do all that stuff alone, and he didn't want to be single, so it was just not something we could work out between the two of us. But I know, like, my aunt is someone who does not like to travel. She doesn't even like to drive on the highway. She wants to stay at home. She's very content to just hang out at her house, and that would be a great kind of person. Okay, I'm not going to hook him up with my aunt. My aunt's with my uncle. But anyway, I know there's people out there who are more compatible. There are people out there who are homebodies, right? They want to just stay at home and hang out. They like it. They like what they do at home. They like their home. They like their hometown. They like that. They don't necessarily want to go out and see the world. It's just not a thing for them. They think it's cool that other people want to do it, right? Fine. But they don't want to. So that's fine. That doesn't mean that you're going to be lonely, right? Because you can find someone else who feels that same way. But I think it's important that you figure that out. If you're in a relationship where those two things are a mismatch for you, please learn from my mistake. And it might be painful, and you might be afraid that you might not find another relationship or something. And there's so many good things about this person, but like, find something more compatible if you are looking for a long-term, long distance, not long distance, but like going for the long haul relationship instead of just a little short thing. I mean, if you're just like hooking up with somebody, then whatever, it doesn't matter. How are you so smart right now? I'm struggling to get up and wash my face. Oh my god, okay, I gotta pull this book out because you just said that. I gotta find it, hang on. Oh, here it is. This book was recommended to me by Josh's wife, Kate. Hey DJ, how are you, man? Good to see you. Girl, wash your face. I haven't read it yet, so I have no idea what it's about. But somebody was like joking about it. They're like, Taylor, if you need a book to tell you to wash your face, like, just wash your face. I'm like, I don't think that's what it's about. I'm not totally sure. It says, stop believing the lies about who you are so you can become who you were meant to be. So maybe this would be a book that would be pertinent for you. Do you ever suspect that everyone else has life figured out and you don't have a clue? If so, Rachel Hollis has something to tell you. It's a lie. So it's basically about her process and how she used to feel like that. Kind of like probably like an inferiority complex, or like a, that's probably the right word for it, where you would just feel like you're not good enough, or you're not going to figure it out, and you just feel uncertain. That kind of concept was also in the last book I did, so the last book review I did, which was called Unqualified Success by Rachel Stewart. I don't necessarily feel that way personally, so when I read the book and when I do my reviews, I probably don't focus on it as much as it was actually focused on in the book if you want to read it. But it's definitely, she definitely talks about like, imposter syndrome. That was what I was thinking, feeling like, you don't belong or something, but it's temporary. I think most of us feel that way at some point in our lives, and it's not easy to figure out what the heck we want to do. But by trying a bunch of weird stuff, like maybe going live, that's what it was for me, and maybe for you it's like traveling. Eunice, some of you know Eunice, who is a broadcaster here from Hong Kong on Periscope. She said solo travel was the thing that like changed her life, and now she loves to do it all the time. She says she doesn't care if she ends up in a relationship with somebody, she's still going to want to travel alone. Maybe not every time, but she's going to want to take solo travel trips. It's a big thing for her, solo travel. She doesn't want to have other people, their perception and their experience influencing how she's experiencing things. So for her, when she travels, the way that she reacts and responds and thinks about things as she has these different experiences is a way that she learns more about herself. And when other people are there, it influences the way that she experiences things. So she likes to do it alone. And it's different for everyone. Now, I've traveled alone a lot, and it was fun, but it's way better with Ed. Like, I don't feel that same way as she feels. And she probably doesn't, well, she likes to go live too, but most people don't feel the same way about going live as I do. So we all have our different things, right? And it's like, it takes a lot of throwing a bunch of different stuff at the wall to figure out what sticks. And really, you have to get out of your comfort zone probably to figure it out. And it's really hard, but once you do it, you're like, why was that so hard? Kind of a girl power book, I think. Yeah, solo travel, that's deep. Short but deep. Short but it goes deep. Dude, it's all dudes in here. I think living longer has more benefits. I don't know, my grandma has been saying for a long time to me that she's ready. She's like, I'm good. Like, I met my great-grandbabies. Now there's two great-grandbabies. There was one great-grandbaby at the time. Now she's like, now there's two. Like, it's all good. Now she lives with the great-grandbaby. She's like, it's great. Like, I love everyone, and it's all good. But, like, I'm ready. You know, when it happens, like, I've lived life. You know, I'm good now. Like, you never know. When you get to, she's almost 80. She'll be 80 this year. So, since she was probably about 70. I mean, it's probably been almost 10 years that she's been saying this to me. No, maybe not 10. Close, though. Close. Probably, like, 7 or so since my no, it can't be 7, it must be less than my niece. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, so my niece is what, 5? So I think she's 6 now. Yeah, maybe like 6 years. Anyway, 5 or 6 years. So about 75 or so. She's kind of like, I'm good. Happy New Year and all that, mate ski. You too. And happy new decade. It's crazy, right? 2020. She's so far behind. I'm really far behind. And you said that 70 comments ago. I'm doing good, King. How are you? Summer, happy 2020 to you too. How are you? What's everybody's intentions for the new year? 27 is like a year's worth of books for me. It will be for me this year too, probably. That was about like it's normally half a year of books for me, but this year I'm slowing down on reading books, focusing on the business here, focusing on my schoolwork, and reading much longer, denser books. So the next book I have over there is Poor Charlie's Almanac. Have you guys seen that book? I'll show you. I can barely pick it up to show you guys. It's so freaking heavy. So it's Charlie Munger, The Wit and Wisdom of Charles T. Munger, who is Warren Buffett's right-hand man. It's like not just thick, but it's also super tall and super wide. It's like a textbook. I mean, this thing's huge. Let's see how many pages. Oh, it's so fresh. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, appendices. Oh, it's not too bad though. Like the actual font in here is actually not bad. There's a lot of pictures. That's not actually too bad. It's like 500 pages. This one won't be as bad as I thought. I haven't actually looked in here yet. Well, I'm excited about it though. But if you don't want to read this giant book and you're interested in Charlie Munger, he has a great book called The Complete Investor. That is a little one. It's over on my shelf. And it talks about the different cognitive biases that come into play when you're investing. But if you're not investing, don't worry about it. I love stories. Volume is good. Okay, thank you, Dave. I moved my microphone further away from me, so when I get loud, it's hopefully a little bit better. It's called a mosh pit. Broga sounds crazy. I was listening to I Belong to You recently. Oh, is that our song? Fish food was a little insensitive. What? Me eating fish food? I always say never. Always? That was the most extreme sentence. I always say never. Like, what? Looked cute. Ghost pepper and curlers at the gym all on the same day, too. And I ate fish food. Yeah, it was 3 days in one day, 2 nights ago. I thought those curlers were hot. Me too. I care a lot about what other people are doing, if they're harming or inconveniencing others. Inconveniencing? Like, do you have an example of that? Best self-development book I've read was Into the Wild by Jon Krakauer. Yeah, the guy who... Wait, Into the Wild? No, I'm just thinking of a book called Wild, about the girl who did the Pacific Crest Trail. That was an interesting book. I liked that book. It was kind of big, but it's like an autobiography. Kind of more like a memoir, probably. Biological processes, hard to lower cortisol. Sorry, I meant to finish that. Yeah, I get what you're saying, I think. Wolf puppy is hungry? Always. Can you review music without getting into copyright violations? Can I review it? Like, talking about it? I could talk about it. But I don't really know much about music. I took a music class, but still. Let It Go is the drinking cue? For the record, I think you're perfect. Thank you. I think you're perfect as well. Me. I think God is spell check. Cool. Ha. Finley. Oh my gosh. Finley. Wait, are you still here? I'm so far behind on comments, but I'm only 30 messages behind now. I'm gonna read them fast. Trying to be perfect is an impossible win. Let's try to be our perfect self. What? Practice makes improvement. Not perfect. There's no such thing. 65K was hard to spend. 65K? $65,000? Well, we're at 57,000 super hearts. When did that happen? What? Thank you guys for the super hearts so friggin' much. What? That is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, so your ex would be your uncle? No, that's freaky. Yeah, it would be kind of freaky. You know what's a little weird is like my grandpa's wife's son is like maybe a couple years older than me. And he's like, what, my step uncle, right? I'm like, are you my uncle? Like I met him when I was like 14 or something. And I was like, okay, let me get this right. Are you my uncle? You're like 16 years old. Anyway, I love to travel. 65,000 in travels. Yeah, that would be hard to spend. Important to grow up and enjoy your own company. Yeah, I think that's good, especially if you're single. Traveling was it for me. Yeah, she left, bruh. What the heck? I read that book. Who knows how to spend money? I have all the clues, all of them. Who knows how to spend money? What? I feel like spending money is probably not that hard. I mean, it's hard if you're trying to be smart with your money, I feel like. But if you're like, I just want to spend as much money as possible, like, it's not that hard. If you are having a hard time spending money, just click the link in the profile and just give it all to me, and boom, you spent all your money. There you go. I solved all your problems, and you solved all of mine. Win-win. 3-star book. No, 4 stars. Which book are you talking about? I feel as though you've been book bin diving. No, these are the books that I got from some of them. Well, what? I haven't been book bin diving. SJ Joker. Oh, you're not back. Okay, maybe I never read that book. Be right back. My grandma would say, when the Lord takes me, the Lord takes me. Yeah, pretty much. Read 100 Years of Solitude, finally. Read a bunch of Danielle Steele. Is that erotica? Win-win. So many things come out of your mouth that I ache to reply. That's what she said, too. Just say it, Dijon. Just say it. By the time I read it, I'm not even going to know what it was about, so I can't be offended, right? Isn't that a movie? Not that I'd be offended. Anyway, isn't which one a movie? Every time she says, let it go, I take a drink. Okay, that's funny. That is good. All right, back to the book review. I'm finally caught up on comments. All right, part 4 is called Going Beyond, taking down the walls, letting go of false solidity. So I think that probably is part of the book. They just talk about more how it's temporary, you know, it's kind of like everything changes. And then 5 is living life, the path of unconditional happiness, non-resistance, contemplating death, the middle way, a lot of concepts that I've heard of before, but still interesting stuff. So this book for me was really the best thing I can say to that I took away from it, the moral of the story, so to speak, is to let it go. Let energy flow through you. Keep your energy calm. And that's what I'm going to be focusing on this year. Calm energy. I first started really learning about the value of calm energy in a book I previously reviewed called The Self-Driven Child. The Self-Driven Child. The name of the author is escaping me at the moment, but you can find it on my YouTube channel. And it's really for parents, but they talk about how stress is contagious and anxious energy, not calm energy. And then calm, what they call is a non-anxious presence. An easier way to say that would be a calm presence is also contagious. If someone is calm, say you're having, an emergency situation. If someone in that situation is calm, it's easier for you to be calm. So be that person. Be calm when other people are not calm. people are going off the deep end, try to remain calm. It'll help all of them to calm down too. Calm down. One time, one of Ed's sons said to me, Ed is my boyfriend, for those of you who don't know, he said to me, you know, Taylor, I feel like you never get mad. Like, you're never mad about anything. And I was like, okay, yeah, thanks. I thought it was a compliment, right? And he's like, but I feel like you should maybe, like, try getting mad about things sometimes. I was like, why? And he goes, or I think I said why, and I don't think he really knew. I'm like, why? What would I be mad about? And I don't think he had a response. But I said, you know why I try not to get mad? Is because I read in a book, I told him about the book, The Self-Driven Child. I said, I read in this book that if I stay calm, it'll help you guys to stay calm. And the other boy, his brother, was like, that's why you do it? It was like a light bulb for him. Like, he just thought that was amazing. You know, like what the heck? He just thought that was really interesting, which I wasn't expecting because they're young and I don't always know if these things are interesting to them or not. But they were really like, okay. And I say to them a lot of times, can you please calm down? And a lot of times they do. Like, if they just think about being calm and I'm calm, I'm just like, can you chill out? Like, can you just take it down a few notches? Like, they're like, okay, sure, I could do that. Like, if you can, I can. You know, it's like a really cool feedback loop. Not always, especially if they're really tired or if they're like, you know, having to do something they don't want to do. Okay, it's not a perfect science, but even if they're not calming down, you can still stay calm and it'll help them to calm down sooner. They do always eventually calm down, you know, at least in our experience thus far. Okay, so this book review took an easy breezy short hour and 17 minutes. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this review of Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul. I highly recommend this book. I gave it 4 stars. You can follow me on Goodreads if you'd like to see my book reviews in real time. And if you'd like to get the book reviews and summaries of all the books that I read emailed right to your email inbox, it's totally free. And you can sign up at my website, nextjuice.com. The link is there in the description, nextjuice.com/support. That's also where you can support this channel, which I very much appreciate. If you think this content is valuable, I read these books so you guys don't have to. You can send $5, $500, anywhere in between or above, and it really, really helps so much. If you don't think it's worth $5 and you're like, maybe it's worth $2, I do sell a spinach artichoke dip recipe that's delicious and amazing and will make you very popular in your family. Also on the website, just go to the shop page, so nextjuice.com/shop, or navigate to the shop from the menu, and you'll see it. It's $2. And that's a way you can support the channel for $2 and get a little recipe kickback for you as well. There's lots of different benefits for supporting the channel. You can see them all on there. Like, I have a private Periscope group where I go live. That's a little bit more intimate, smaller group, no trolls. You know, you can check that out. Lou, thank you for retweeting. Lou's in there. And Lou is right there. Love you guys. As you know, some of you, I'm live every single day, 7 days a week, for 3 hours a day on Periscope. I go live here on YouTube sometimes as well, so I hope that you'll subscribe to both channels and check out some of my other videos on YouTube or my replays on Periscope. Whatever floats your boat, rocks my ship. Huge thank you to everybody who makes the channel possible at the website. Huge thank you to all the huge amounts of super hearts today. Banana with 10,000 super hearts. Haven't seen you in a while, and then boom, you come in and just light it up. Ed with 5,000. Chango with 4,000. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Tim, with almost 30,000 super hearts. What? And thank you, JB and QWERTY. 3,000, 4,000. You guys, you like to untether your souls, and that's what it means. Untethered. Things just flow right through you. You seem like unaffected, like nothing. Think of being like the Buddha. You know, it's like no matter what happens, you stay calm, you stay centered, and that's what this book was all about. And I hope that's what this year will be all about for us. And when you notice that I'm not having calm energy, just call me out on it. That'll help me. I'm open to accountability. Hey Zomburp. And I think what we're going to do is head over to the gym. It's officially after midnight, which is a great time to go to the gym because there's not a lot of people there and I can stream myself working out. I didn't shower today, so it's not going to be pretty, but we're going for it anyway. I'll shower after, and I need to work out because tomorrow I'm probably going to drink at Harrah's, and last night I had 2 beers and didn't go to the gym, so it's gym night. So I hope you guys, I have to change my pants, so I'll be at the gym in a little bit on Periscope only, so make sure you follow me over there. It's Next Juice everywhere. All the links to all my social media is there. And if you want to get this emailed to your inbox for free, sign up at nextjuice.com. I love you guys. I hope to see you on the Next Juice. This has been a moment in time with Taylor. Click some buttons. And if you want me to read different books, you can send them to me. My P.O. box is there, or just recommend them to me. You can message me, Instagram, Twitter, email me, all the contacts on the website. Bye, Hector. Bye, guys. Wait, let's go this way. Bye, y'all. Oh, thanks, Josh. See you at the gym. That's the wrong button. Let's try that. Let's try that one more time. Okay, there's one. Step 1. Step 2. Hit the right button. Hi, Laura. Bye, Laura.